Hey, this is Nubia Sunshine coming back to you with part 2 of talking about our solar plexus, which is our third chakra, our manipura, our jewel of ourselves, and representing this beautiful golden color of yellow. I come to you in this particular portion of the video to talk about ways that you can unblock and align your solar plexus, your third chakra, your power center. How to be able to get that power charged back in you. You know, we all associate power with a good thing. And a lot of times it is a good thing when you have it. When you don't have it, it's a bad thing because everything seems to fall out of place. And without you being empowered to kind of guide it and take it into a place where it's positive for you, then everything just falls apart. And you just lose power and you feel weak. So there's a few techniques that I had to try when I felt powerless and had low self-esteem and no willpower. You know, I had to try to pep myself up and really get my power center charged, and each day it was always a task in trying to do so. One thing I do recommend is keeping a affirmation journal and doing affirmations. Affirmations are so important because it's you talking to yourself, you dealing with you and looking at yourself, looking at every portion of you and giving yourself a quote or giving yourself sort of like a motivational boost by telling yourself things that make you feel better. You know, a lot of times if we don't get that from somewhere else, where do we get it? We can get it from ourselves, you know. And the one thing I do is in the morning when I look in the mirror and I wake up and I'm getting myself ready for the day and stuff like that, I look in the mirror and I tell myself, you're going to have a beautiful day. Today is all about you. You are not going to let anybody take your power. And you are going to walk with your head up high. And you're going to walk in unconditional love. And that's an affirmation that I say to myself. And sometimes it's different every single day. And that's one way you can actually start to begin to block or unblock your blocked solar plexus. And start boosting yourself and taking what is usually an overloaded quality of your third chakra by having these ego issues and giving yourself a little ego boost when you have a blocked third chakra, because you lack that. So you want to kind of start to push and give yourself a more powerful affirmation to get you going. Also, what is good, and I've also mentioned this with the other two chakras, when you are in a blockage, it's always good to rock the colors, to wear it, to eat foods that emanate those colors. So like you would have bananas, you would have pineapples, as well as eating foods like curry, you know, things that give you that yellow color. Spicy foods are really good too, because the third chakra is affiliated with the fire sign or the element of fire. It's also good to have that spice in you in order to bring about that sweat, because also your third chakra, you know, it's always good to sweat out those things, you know, just toxins and things out of your body, because of the fact that the third chakra, it being related to where your liver is, anatomy, and as far as your pancreas, and getting those toxins out of those particular areas due to a blocked chakra is very helpful. I also realized that Bikram yoga is perfect for blocked third chakra. And for so many years I've taken Bikram yoga. I've taken Bikram since 2009, and it is the yoga that where you are in a room that is 110 degrees and you do 26 different poses. You sweat yourself, like everything out of your body. But it is you dealing with you dealing with getting toxins out your body, and also a 90-minute class of you recharging and giving back to yourself. And that's what Bikram had did for me. Not only did I lose 30 pounds within the first month of taking Bikram yoga, but I also got rid of the water weight that I needed. I started to focus more on myself. In those Bikram classes, you kind of look at yourself in the mirror, you put yourself in the center, and you look at your strength and how you're able to do those poses, how you're able to breathe in heat, rather than us being so used to breathing mouth open. You're breathing in your nose, and you're filtering it through your body, and then you're breathing out of your mouth. And it is the most satisfying thing. And when you come out of those classes, you feel so charged, especially if you're someone who's sluggish because of a blocked third chakra. It's very, very, very important. So I recommend Bikram yoga. I highly recommend it. Not just because of its weight loss benefits, but the connection to self is so powerful. I think it's more powerful than any other yoga that I've ever taken. And I do recommend that. I also recommend that if you have an overcharged third chakra, and this would be someone who is overpowering, someone who is competitive in everything that they do, someone who doesn't get along well with others, someone who is totally in power of everything. What I recommend with that person is trying to do events or activities that don't put you in a place of challenging someone. Putting you in events and activities that will actually allow you to work well with others. To be able to build, to bring down some of that ego tripping and mellow it out, being more empathetic and looking at people from the positions that they're in rather than being so cold and not caring about others' feelings. But there are also some other suggestions, because for me it's very difficult for me to put myself in that position of feeling that way towards anyone. And I think when you have an overloaded power center, it's something that can get out of control if you do not tone it down, if you don't know how to communicate with others. I think an important activity to do with this is also yoga as well, just regular yoga, trying to calm, bring yourself down. When you have an overloaded chakra, you also have so much energy. So meditation is very much important. It allows you to be able to relax the body, relax the mind, and also, again, eating foods with yellow in color, wearing that yellow, putting yourself or making your office with yellow, elements of yellow. Even if you can paint your office and make it yellow, it would be very productive for you, just because it is about you. And your Manipura is your center of self. And if you work long hours or you're working in the office where you're there most of the time, it is to your benefit to do your office in some kind of way where it represents you. And that color yellow is, and that third chakra is all about you. But it's also important, there's like certain poses that are really good yoga wise for charging your power center. And you have a pose here that's called our warrior pose, and I'm just going to show you what it looks like. And it's a perfect pose just to do, and just breathe while you're doing it in your nose until your belly is filled, and holding it and letting it out in your mouth. And you can do that at the same time that you're standing in your warrior pose. And you do that until you start to relax and relax and relax and relax. Another good pose, which is really good, is another warrior pose, and it's to the side on this one. So you continue to do that, just as a relaxation, or you can just sit like how I sit on the floor and do a meditation to kind of calm and bring everything down. And the more you do that, the more relaxed you become, the less overload you'll have in that particular chakra. You'll start to mellow out. You'll start to be more calm. You won't have the sudden bursts of energy, and you won't have the anxiety and the anger. Meditation is very excellent for anger as well. So I do recommend that you try to work more with self. This is a very important chakra, enabling you to work well with others and just gain the self-power that you need in order to achieve things and get things accomplished. So again, I come to you about our third chakra, and I hope I've been helpful to you, and I hope that you'll be able to charge those chakras. So far we've been able to talk about our root chakra, which is associated with the color red. We talked about our sacral chakra, which is our sexuality, creativity, emotions. And now we talked about our power chakra, which is our third chakra, and how our self-esteem and how we're affected by that. So I'm going to come to you again with our heart chakra, which is all about love. So just stay tuned for the next video. Thank you for joining me.